I'm here because of what has been going on. I called you to share with you some of the problems that have been forced to confront close to about 3 years now. As far back as 2019, fake news started circulating, especially within the social media cycle, that it was said, purported, that I said some people, especially powerful people in Nigeria, were responsible for the creation, or is it establishment of so-called bandits and other criminals in our country with the political intention to cause problems in our country. It was fake news. And in July 2019, that was the first time I got to know about it. I came up with a very strong denial through my Twitter handle. I denied completely. I said, this is something pure fabrication that had no basis, no quotation, nowhere I ever granted any interview, nowhere I even had any, whether it was a media interaction or any write-up or any lecture anywhere. Just a piece of just rubbish with very poor grammar and factual, distortions, even calling me a deputy superintendent of police. So totally fabrication, but indeed very damaging. I denied strongly, and still after that it did not stop. I was forced again to issue a statement saying that I personally have never had anything like this with anybody, and denied it completely. And I thought that probably would have been the end of it. Not long after, it started coming back again. And it got to a point, those who are worried and concerned, and I have both the denial, the statement issued, my tweet message, are here with me. Not long after, again, it started coming all over. Globally, people who were a bit worried and concerned wanted to, some people who said they want to fact check, others who said they want to verify. I responded, I continue to respond on this one every single day. And I've called to talk to you to deny in the strongest term and sent a message to everybody to disregard. It's not fair, it's not just, it's evil, it's very sinful for you to create something from nowhere and attribute it to an innocent person who doesn't know anything about it. I have nothing to do with that message, and they continue to circulate it even now. This morning alone, I got 2 WhatsApp messages from people who are still asking whether this is true or not. So, gentlemen, this is my strongest denial, and my own message is simple. Everybody, please disregard this. It is not true, it's not fair, it's not just. Fake news caused the genocide in Rwanda. I was a bit involved in it. It started like simple, somebody saying something that never happened. And the country in no time was on fire. And close to 1 million people died as a result of that. The same thing, even Sierra Leone to an extent, and Liberia. I remember because I was in government and I was a little bit involved in some of those things. So it portends very serious danger. It can actually harm country, harm people, and really cause very dangerous consequences. It's wrong. Those who are behind it, you are doing a bad thing to your people, to your country, and there is no benefit for you. I am a believer of freedom of expression. Strong, firm believer in the ability for people to be free, but at the same time, responsibly. If it is going to cause harm to others, then you lose that freedom. It's not right. It's not just. Personally, I'm a victim of it. I don't know what's the reason why people are doing it. As if I was a target for a specific thing, which I don't know. But I've really suffered because of it. I have a couple of friends and colleagues who also went through the same thing. Somebody will just sit down somewhere and create a lie and allow it to go into, and innocent people will just consume it and believe it. And a lot of people will go on to act on it, and it causes a lot of damage. I personally made a complaint when the second time, when I issued my second denial. I made it a formal complaint to the law enforcement, just for the records and possibly for them to go look for those who are responsible. That is the duty of the state. It's the duty of and responsibility of the state to take action in this type of what is going on. You could see even what is happening in the US today. Companies are also, they have duty and responsibility to play a role. I don't see any reason why, for example, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or any one of those social media outfits would allow such a damaging thing against an innocent person to continue to, without stopping it. It's a lie. I denied it. So many others have done the same. But still, WhatsApp allows it to be moving around from one platform to another. The same thing with Twitter. The same thing with Facebook and others. And that is what the social media is. And also, but to be honest, I have the greatest respect and regard for our print media because they refuse to be part of it. With all this that has been ongoing and going around in our country, I've not really seen it in any of the newspapers or the established television. But the social media is doing a lot of damage. And countries going through difficult times and challenges, which is natural. What is happening in Nigeria today is a normal thing. Countries in the process of becoming a nation do encounter challenges and difficulties. It's work in progress. We are bound to be facing difficulties. But what matters is our ability to come up and confront and provide solutions and get our people peace and unity, development and growth. So we are not likely going to say we will be free from difficulties and challenges. But let it also not be fueled by fake news and continue to inflame it and make it in a way that is so difficult for you to overcome. Social media today is responsible partly with what is going on in our country, trying to promote things that are not true, creating division in our country based on space, land, regions, ethnicity, religion, and so on and so forth. They are not being fair to us. And I think government has a duty and responsibility to take action. Nobody else can do it. We private citizens, we have limited capacity to take action. Government, to be honest, I don't know. I really can't know who exactly is, but whoever is being very unfair to me, unjust to me, and he has hurt me a lot, unfairly, whoever it is. So, but I think the owners of these social media companies will do something about it. Innocent people are being made to suffer, and it's not fair, it's not just, and it's not right. So combination of government and the companies can do something. And also media do have a strong position to fight it, because good media will have to fight bad media. It's the duty of the established media to also not allow it to continue, not to encourage it, to identify it. The thing I was expecting is, which probably maybe for the first time, you established media, you are asking me about it. It ought to have been a long time ago to fact check. No, we've seen this thing. Are you the author? I'm just saying maybe RIBADU will give me, will challenge me. Or Daily Trust. We read this thing, we saw it. Are you the one behind it? And if you do that, you are not helping me alone, but everybody in the country. And also, hopefully, those who are going to be victims in the future. So media should also be part of that will help to fight it, help our country. Not just individual, but even what is going on in our country. You hear stories, fake news, going every day. This is happening there, this is what happened, this and that. Even the simple, like something may happen, truth, maybe a bit, 5%, somebody will go and add 80% fake thing. And it becomes like really, weaponize it to become a dangerous thing, cause a lot of damage to our country. So, but I want to thank you very much for this chance you gave me for me to deny. And please let Nigerians be aware things like this is going on, and it's our duty for all of us to fight it. It's fake news. Fake news is doing a lot of damage. It has caused havoc in many countries. It caused people to die. I was in Rwanda. I saw what happened immediate after the pogrom, the genocide. I was in Sierra Leone. I saw what happened. I was in Liberia as a government official, part of the UN, whatever. So it can cause a lot of problems for countries. And I think it's our duty to fight it. Government, the companies now, the massive big companies, whether, Facebook, for example, Twitter, they have a duty. They are far away from here, but they are over there in the US, but they are doing a hell lot of damage for us in these small little countries that are facing difficulties and challenges. They are adding to our own problems. As much as we respect freedom of speech, right to express yourself, but it is not license for you to cause mayhem for ordinary poor countries like Nigeria.